we're implementing this over the summer, last summer, and we couldn't ask our teachers to build an online course. We have varying levels of teacher ability in technology, just like all of your schools do as well. And so we decided, and with the help of our virtual services team with Hope, she helped us to decide on a product to purchase for our school so that we had some baseline content. This is like replacing your textbook with the online textbook, but it's going to be better because instead of just a book, it's not like a PDF online. That's not what this is. It's more interactive, and there's opportunities for extension and remediation within that. And with us today we have Lisa and Carrie, who are from Florida Virtual Schools. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Lisa Schweiger, and I'm with Florida Virtual School, and I'm taught. I develop courses and work with curriculum, so I can take that experience and work with schools and districts like INEC and
So, yeah.
And I'm Carrie, and I taught online. I taught in brick and mortar, and now I work with schools outside of Florida.
So they're really helpful. They, like, if I call them up, they'll come, the next day to, not the next day, but we'll plan a trip for them to come. They'll actually come to our school and help our teachers face to face. And they help me a lot via the phone and online as well. So that's a great product. There's a lot of products out there, but we decided that one fit for us for this year. Our teachers, a lot of times, even if they use Florida Virtual Schools, though, they still are using Google Classroom for their developed assignments that they create. It's the easiest thing to administer assignments and to collect work. I think at this point on the line, we do use NCDPS for the a la carte courses, and that's great because the teacher is there, provided for us. Like I said, if we can't have a Japanese teacher or we can't have a computer coding teacher because our allotments don't allow for it, then it's nice to be able to use NCDPS. We've created an NCDPS student contract. Again, if you click on that link, it'll create a copy of that document for you, and you can use that. Because when you enroll a student in NCDPS, anyone ever done that? Enroll a student in NCDPS before? Okay, so in North Carolina Virtual Public Schools, any high school student in North Carolina can enroll their students into an online course, and they can, you'll have to ask maybe your district specific people in North Carolina, but it doesn't cost our school money out of our budget. In some ways we are paying for it. It's the breakdown of the payment plan for that is a little confusing, but used from our school improvement plan. Cochrane is a Title I public school with over 85% of our students meeting free and reduced lunch status. We serve over 700 students, which are primarily African American and Hispanic students. 24 content level students are working at the middle school level, serving 6th through 8th grade students. We have 8 content level student teachers working with our 9th through 12th grade INEC students. There are 13 elective teachers on campus and over 20 support staff members on our campus. Again, this slide gives you a visual representation of our school demographics, primarily serving African American and Hispanic students. During the summer, our team sat and we ran and analyzed student achievement data so that we can come up with great ways to meet students where they are so they can learn and be successful. This slide illustrates student college readiness data and students that are meeting or achieving below grade level. This slide is representative of our current 9th grade students. And as you can see, 28% of our 9th grade students coming into the school year were functioning below grade level in reading, 34% in science, 32% in math, and then of course we have our honors level students that took math 1 and 8th grade, and 58% of those students are college ready. This slide illustrates our current 10th and 11th grade students. You can take a minute to look at those data. Moving into the school year, our math 1 students, 15% were college ready, English 2, 42%, and biology, our students were 50% college ready. So based on those data, we came up with a student success plan. Our teachers are required to conduct weekly content level PLC meetings where they backwards plan, and these forms that we use to support this plan will be populated on our weekly page. We meet every
to discuss student achievement data and student failure data so that we can re-gauge the plans that we have in place to experience student success. There is a comprehensive classroom management behavior tier system in place so that students experience the same behavioral management processes in all of their instructional settings. There's a discipline tier system that I follow. Once a student violates student code of conduct and receives or conducts a yellow page infraction, I will then process that student accordingly. Teachers will receive, or they have received, professional development once a month. We also have after-school tutoring and attendance recovery every Tuesday and Thursday from 2:30 to 5:30. Students receive dinner, snacks, and transportation. And also we have professional school counseling services on campus. This slide illustrates first semester data. So we wanted to gauge how successful we are progressing with our program compared to last school year. So what we did was, these are the final exams that were administered at the end of first semester. So we took final exams administered at the end of the school year last year, and we compared to how we are progressing this year. And as you guys can see, we made gains in all 4 content level areas. So we are really on a good, we are doing very well and progressing towards our goals for the end of the school year. This slide demonstrates our first semester behavior comparison data from last year to this year. And as previously stated, last year we were totally a traditional school, 612. So last school year, our 8th and 9th grade students, we had 350 students total. Last year, I processed 329 discipline referrals by the end of first semester. This year, our 9th and 10th grade students, who are the same 8th and 9th grade students from last year, there are 84 total, and this year I only had to process 21 discipline referrals. So blended learning is working, and our student success plan is working based on these data.
Great price point if you're looking to research different devices. And they actually just came out with a new model of it that I wish we had, because it's got more of a rubbery exterior to the device instead of a plastic exterior, which makes it a lot more durable. But when we sat around the table and put our heads together, we really thought it was important for us to purchase a 3-year insurance policy for the device, because a lot of things happen. And anyone ever broken their phone? Anyone? Okay, I was gonna wow, congratulations. I broke my phone. And so we knew that we needed a plan, that we weren't gonna just drop everything and say, okay, well, we can't do this the second we've had a device get damaged. So we purchased an accidental drop plan, which has been really successful. So we haven't had loss of any devices. Also, when you're talking about a Title I school, people are afraid to put the device in the students' hands. And our students, there's been no vandalism of devices or any kind of intentional damage on the devices, and I think that's what we're worried is going to happen. We know that accidents are going to happen. That's just an understood. So it's been a really successful thing with them taking that device home and bringing it back to school. We also are going to implement a buyback program for our seniors, and we are going to wait to do this because our current seniors, those are brand new technologies, and we want to keep those. But once we have students who progress through the program for 3 or 4 years, we're going to give them the option of buyback. We're working right now with the district as to, according to policy, what that looks like, but it is possible, so we're going to make that an option so that we can keep refreshing our technology. Does anybody want a device that students had for 4 years? We know that's obsolete, and we know that that's not going to be a device we want to recycle back down to the 9th graders. So we're going to implement a buyback program. And we had to teach the culture of responsibility. You saw our discipline referrals. We almost had 1 per student for our last year's data. And so we knew that that was going to be important for us. So one of the best ways that I found to do that is to use videos, like flip your teaching of responsibility with the device. And so we're not going to show you these videos, but these are 2 videos that we created to have consistency across the board. There was a day, and I said every single class is stopping what they're doing and they're watching these videos. They're talking about it. Also on open house night, our students came in with their parents because they want that schedule. It might be last And so they want that schedule in their hands. And so we brought them into the media center, we pressed play, we showed them the video, it was like a little rotating room. And so those parents sat there with me, watched the video, and signed the paperwork before anything else happened. So it was really good. I think that really, the parents take it seriously because we did that as well. And this is a copy. If you click on this link, it'll allow you to make a copy of our computer agreement. The one thing I will say about that is when you're developing a legal document, I learned there's a lot of people to consult with. You want to consult with your school first, you want to consult with your instructional technology team, your technology services department, and then your legal department. And so we went through all of those channels and got our form approved so that if we need to make something happen, if we say the student has violated our agreement that they signed and their parents have signed, that document will hold up. If I sit in my office and type up a little form, it might not have so much weight. So make sure that if you're coming up with these kinds of documents, that it's approved by all parties that need to be in the mix. And then one thing also I learned is that the best way to make decisions that are pushing the envelope, sending that we are the first school in CMS, someone's going to raise their hand and say, no. We're the first school in CMS that I think sent devices home fully with students. And so we were pushing the envelope, and a lot of times what you'll get when you ask those kinds of questions is, oh, we don't do that here in CMS, or we don't do that in Guilford County, or we don't do that in Wake County. And that's not true. They can do that, but you just have to get all the decision makers together in a room and explain them your vision and that you've got a plan. And I think the answer is always yes when they're sitting next to you and you're telling them your big dreams. And so I think I found that it was very, very effective to bring the decision makers out to our campus and explain to them what we're trying to do for our students. And we have changed a lot of no's into yeses in that way. So bring the experts together. They're on board with you. They just have a lot of policies that they're responsible for maintaining. The first one being blended learning. We do career exploration. We encourage our students to participate in internships and really research what are they going to do when they leave us. We focus on college preparation. We took 46 of our juniors and seniors on a college trip this past fall, and we have really pushed that talk of college and where do you want to apply, where do you want to go. And we also encourage leadership development. All of these pieces of our program are growing right now, but these are our 4 main points that we focus on at our school. This slide gives you